Okay, we are going to go through a presentation on why I believe that the company Tatos Inc. should move on from Microsoft Windows operating system to a Linux Ubuntu operating system. Uh, and we will first go through a PowerPoint presentation, a brief one, and then we'll get into a little live demonstration with the Linux Ubuntu operating system on a virtual machine. So with that being said, let's start the presentation. Why Linux Ubuntu? Moving on, moving forward. Currently with Microsoft 10, Tatos Inc. is experiencing ongoing issues, compatibility issues that can older software. 10 is sometimes has compatibility issues with those. Driver problems, system crashes, hardware malfunctions, and poor performance, as well as system updates, installation errors, system slowdowns, and sometimes system crashes after certain updates. Given the budget that we have and the budget that we're trying to stay within the confines of, and with the understanding that Microsoft 11 will probably be going to subscriptions, and that would be licensing and agreement fees as well. Free 99 sounds real good when we're talking about switching over to Linux Ubuntu. It's open source software, and again, it's free. Now, there are subscriptions of it if we want to get into more advanced, but the free 99 version that is being offered is sufficient for what it is that we're doing at Tatos Inc. at this moment. Here are just some slides on Linux Ubuntu versus Microsoft 10. As far as the interface and things of that nature, this is where they differ, and we'll see that later on in the presentation in more detail. Again, software compatibility. There are some similarities, but there are some differences. This is just something for you to read up on. But again, later on in this presentation, PowerPoint presentation, we will delve into that a little bit more in detail. Same thing with this, the system updates. I think we just touched on that as far as the benefits of having Linux as opposed to Windows is right here, but that was one of the ongoing issues that we had with Windows, which is another reason why we should consider moving on and moving forward to Linux. Again, privacy and security. I think in this field right here, which is an important field, Linux has the upper hand. And so, again, this is a presentation on why we should move away from Microsoft and move into Linux Ubuntu. And security is definitely something that, we want to take into consideration. So there's that. Again, this is just a list of some of the similarities that both operating systems run. This was taken from a newsletter to make use of, and that's just a citation. But it's a reputable source, and so this is reliable and dependable information. The next slide will talk about some of the differences, and in a number of these differences, as a matter of fact, I would say out of the 7 that I've listed, there are many more, but the 7 here that is listed, the only one from my research that Microsoft had the edge on was gaming, and so that would not really benefit Tatos Inc. as we are not a gaming company, and so that's really an obsolete point, but just thought that I'd mention that. So the comparison summary, just like it says here, what I found with the comparison of similarities and differences, the Linux Ubuntu OS held either a favorable or an even edge in the majority of the categories listed, all except for gaming, which I just spoke on. And noticeably, in key areas for us, such as security, hardware, system requirements, and architecture. So these are some of the softwares that I will be demonstrating in the next portion of this presentation. And the first one is it's about accounting, and a few things about Banana Accounting. It's a financial accounting software that is compatible with Linux Ubuntu. It is a user-friendly software designed for small businesses, freelancers, and individuals who need to manage their financial transactions, create budgets, and generate various reports. And we will be getting a demonstration of that once we activate the virtual machine to show you how it runs on a Linux Ubuntu system. We will also be getting a demonstration of LibreOffice, and this is rival to Microsoft Office, which is very popular, but LibreOffice is just as capable, and it runs on a Ubuntu system. And it is a popular open source Office suite available for Linux Ubuntu and other operating systems as well. It provides a comprehensive set of applications for word processing, spreadsheets, presentations, drawings, database as well. And again, this is comparable to the Microsoft Office suite and the things that they offer as well. So moving on. Jami, this was, I think, comes pre-installed in Linux Ubuntu, and what it is it's comparable to Zoom or Meet, where when you want to stay in touch when we're working remotely, we have people across, spread out, and we want to still keep the business functioning as it should. Jami, formerly known as Ring, is a free and open source information communication software available for Linux Ubuntu and other operating systems. It provides secure voice and video calling, messaging, and file sharing capabilities. And again, when you install Linux as an operating system, Jami comes pre-installed, so you don't have to worry about doing that. All you would have to do is configure it to your likings. Uh, Thunderbird is another pre-installed software application, and it is what I would be presenting as what we should use as our email communication, uh, because it is, again, it's pre-installed on the Linux operating system, so I think it's the best way to go. It is a free and open source email client and newsreader software developed by Mozilla, so it can be used on Firefox as well. But it is available for Linux Ubuntu and other operating systems. Provide a feature-rich and customizable platform for managing email accounts and read news feeds. So there you have it. Again, it's pre-installed, so we will not be getting a presentation of that, although I will show you where it is located at the end of my software presentation for the other three applications. And the last software presentation that I bring to you will be about the Easy File Organizer. I'm sorry about that. Easy File Organizer is a utility software that helps you organize and manage files on your computer. While Easy File Organizer does not have a specific version for Linux Ubuntu, you can still use various file organizing techniques and tools available in the Ubuntu operating system. So what that says is this organizer, this application, this software works fine with Linux Ubuntu, and I thought that it would work across the board for all of the departments within Tatos Inc. So I suggested it, and again, we'll open it up just to let you know that it runs well. I think that from department to department, it will be configured to each department's unique needs and wants, and that is definitely a possibility with this software application. So moving forward, in conclusion, again, free 99 is always a big thing as far as staying within our budgets or cutting costs. So everybody's always trying to do that, and Tatos Inc. is no different. Favorable, again, Linux Ubuntu is favorable in most areas pertinent to the needs of Tatos Inc. Linux Ubuntu has the ability to deliver consistent and dependable service. Linux Ubuntu, from my understanding, provides better security options, and it also has a more reliable support network. It being open source and part of the Linux distros family. So with that being said, we're going to move away from this portion of the presentation, and we will get into the software demonstrations real fast before we end this. So I'll just restart my guest here. Virtual machine. Shouldn't take long to boot up. And again, this is a virtual machine. It's VMware hypervisor, and we are running a Linux Ubuntu system. So let me go ahead and type in my password here. And you'll see the system will come up. There it is. And what I want to do is, before I get started with these three software quick demonstrations, I just want to show you that here is Thunderbird, one of the software applications that I spoke of in the PowerPoint presentation. Comes installed already. I don't think that we need to open this up and get into it, and so I won't. But there is Thunderbird. Uh, would have thought that Jamie was on here somewhere too. Um, yeah, there and here is Jamie. Again, it's already installed on the taskbar, so all you have to do is click on it. It'll open up, and you can configure it to your liking. And so those are those, and we'll get into what we'll do is we'll get into the other three that I spoke of. So just let me go here real fast and we will get to here is Banana Plus that I spoke of. Oh, this is not. Let me back out of here real fast. Go over here to yeah, let me go here and see if this is the one we need to be in. Okay, well, we'll just move on. We'll go ahead to Banana Accountant. I wanted these to be a little bit larger. I don't know what happened here, but we'll just go to Banana Accountant. Still use them. And as you see, it opens right up. Any files, or, for any companies or any accounts, we can create them right here. We can open them up here. We can set the settings right here. So we can configure these in any way that we would like to configure those. And this button here tells us how to get started. I won't go into that because it takes a while to load up, but trust me, I have explored it. It's very helpful in anyone using this software to just get you started and going in the right direction to being able to use it efficiently and effectively. Moving on to the second software application that we'll be demonstrating. And this is LibreOffice, as you can see. And again, you have your writer document, your calculating spreadsheets, similar to Excel, your Impress presentation. This would be your PowerPoint. This is if you want to do anything extra with drawing. Here are your math formulas that you would implement into your, or could implement into your spreadsheets. And this would be for any type of individual databases that anyone wanted to make within their company or just within, their personal office. Something that you may be assigned to keep tabs on certain things, not necessarily the whole pie, but a piece of the pie, where you can better do that using this database of software that is available through LibreOffice. So backing out of here, we'll go to the last one, which is Easy Organizer File. And again, we'll see that it opens right up. When it opens up, there it is. And again, we could always get a premium version of this, but I think for the time being, this regular version would do do traditional version would do well. And again, here's a tabs bar to help us navigate through this to get us started. And again, it's just for organizing files, with throughout the company. But I think more importantly, from department to department. And so I know we probably have a department that oversees all the departments, and this will work well for them as well. But within the departments, I think that this is a reliable tool that we can count on and use effectively to help us do what it is we want to do to help move the company forward. So again, that is my presentation on why we should consider moving away from Microsoft 10 to Linux Ubuntu. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope you seriously consider it. My name is Martin Stinson, and you all have a great day. Thank you so much.